Well, check out what the FedEx guy has just dropped off. That's right, guys. The Ameritek Patriot from Teknetics is here. What do you say we open up this box and get to this review? What is up, everybody? The Hunter GT with TheHunterGT.com. That's right, you saw that little intro snippet. The Teknetics Ameritek Patriot is here. That's right, super excited today. $449 for this detector over on TekneticsDirect.com. I'll give you a link and all that good stuff down in the video description, and I'm going to pop a code across the screen that's going to give you $50 off and free shipping. That's right, so $449 turns into $399, and in my opinion, for that price, this is by far the best metal detector on the market for that price. Price to performance wise, I cannot think of another detector for $400, $399, that will touch this. So make sure you're using that code when you go to TekneticsDirect.com, flashing that code across the screen right there. Check out the video description or go to my website. All the information you need right there, HunterGT.com. All right? What do you say we move this box out of the way? Enough about that stuff, because check it out. We have it all broken down. It is already on the table and unboxed. Everything came in these nice little plastic bags. By myself today, the Huntress is at work and the kids were at school when I got this. So plastic bag covering the back here, this foam thing covering the face here, and then a plastic bag in where the coil sits inside too. So very nice and tight. The packaging here comes with the owner's manual right here, 2 rubber washers to go on the lower rod there so you don't get any plastic on plastic rubbing here with the coil. So there it is. 11-inch DD coil, the middle metal rod right here, aluminum, nice and lightweight, the lower plastic high quality resin rod right there, and here is the detector itself. Right there's the S handle, and there's the faceplate. Everybody wants to see that with that American flag going across the background. Is that thing beautiful or what? Very nice. So what do you say we put this bad boy together, throw some batteries in it, turn it on, and see what this Patriot is all about? Let's do this. All right, there it is, all set out on the table. Here we go. We'll start at this end here. 1/4-inch headphone adapter right there for you headphone users. The speaker is right up underneath here. It's not on the back of the faceplate like most detectors. It's right up underneath there. So for you guys that don't use headphones out in rattlesnake country or whatever, that's where you'll be listening right there. So we pop this open, real easy to change the batteries. Just pop that open, and there are 4 AA batteries right inside there. Real easy to shut it back up here. You can do it one-handed, just click it right in, just like that. Real easy. So turn it off and on right there, that little knob there, you just click it, and now it's turned on, and you can adjust that up and down with a line there for your volume, and then click, and it's turned right back off again. Pretty easy stuff, pretty easy. Nice padded armrest right there. Has the Teknetics logo right on the side. You can get an aftermarket strap there to put across it. Keep your arm nice and tight if you prefer. The S-rod handle here, right there, nice foam grip. And there is the faceplate itself. So we've got all sorts of buttons there. We have menu, GG for ground grab, a quick ground balance there. Pinpoint option on this. Frequency shift with the hertz. Has threshold adjustment, number of tones, disc level, speed, which is, you know, we'll talk about that. That speed there. The introduction of boost, actually. So let's swing around the back side here. There is the coil connector, pushes right in and then locks down with that little stainless steel locking collar right there. Speaking of locking collars, there's plastic one here and here to keep the middle rod and the lower rod nice and tight, so there's no wiggle, no creaks and moans as you metal detect, you know, it'll be nice and tight. Little Velcro straps right there to keep your coil cable nice and tight as well. One on the top, one on the bottom right there. So pretty neat the way they have it set up with all the locking collars and the Velcro strap here for you to keep your stuff nice and tight. Keep the specs nice and tight. So 11-inch DD coil right there on the end. Big fan of that. I'm glad that they chose to put the 11-inch DD on the back of this. 13 kilohertz, just like the T2, the F75, and the F70 that this is based off of. So tried and proven technology here, guys. A great coin shooter. Iron stops at 15 on this, like the F75, compared to 40 like the T2. So this is more geared towards you jewelry hunters, jewelry, let me pronounce that correctly, jewelry hunters and coin hunters out there, while you relic hunters, you know, this is a great relic hunter, don't get me wrong, does great in iron, but the iron does drop off at 15 on this, but man, it is a great relic hunter, even can gold prospect. It doesn't have manual ground balance, just a quick GG, but it will go clear down to 0 to salt for you guys that want to go try it out on the beach, and it will ground balance clear up into the 90s as well for you guys with terrible soil like me in gold country. So absolutely, I have very bad soil. Oftentimes I will ground balance clear up into the 90s or even way low into the 60s. So my soil has the gamut of ground balance numbers. So, but anyways, there it is, the Patriot, 2.9 pounds, guys. You can swing it all day. The batteries being in the back counterbalance that 11-inch DD coil perfectly. So, I mean, it's just feather light. You can swing it all day, no problem. About 40 hours on the 4 AA batteries, like I said. So without further ado, what do you say we hop into the menu here and look at all these options and all the brain behind it. And this is going to be a two-part video. In the next video, I'm going to go ahead and do the air testing and some nail testing because I got a lot to talk about in that video and in this video. There's a lot of nuances here with the threshold and the disc level and the speed. So I don't want it to be a big 45-minute video. So we'll break it into this part, which is the menu and the unboxing, and then in part 2 coming up here in the next 12 to 24 hours, you will see your performance testing and all that good stuff that you guys want to see as well. All right, so let's get to the menu. All right, guys, so here we go with the menu. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Now, if you want to ever factory reset it back to factory default settings, you hold down GG and menu when you turn it on, and you'll get an 8.8 across the screen. However, if you don't do that and we turn it on right here, you're going to see the FF show up right there, okay? Let's turn it on all the way, volume all the way up. There we go. There's a 0 to 99 ID. So you see the 84 show up in the middle, popped on a pipe or something underneath the house here. So, all right, right away, we have iron notched out. Factory default, I went ahead and reset it. So we have iron notched out, and then you see your categories. Foil, 5 cent, tab, zinc, dime, quarter, 50 cent. Above that, you see some numbers every 10 to 15 up there that correlate with the 0 to 99 ID right here. All right, on the left-hand side, we see a dirt meter. You'll see 4 bars show up right there when you pump your coil or as you're detecting, and that basically shows you how bad your soil is, how terrible your dirt is, all right? The higher the bars, the more mineralization you have. Read the manual. It'll definitely show a lot more than what I can tell you in this short video here, guys. Read your manual that comes with it, okay? Right hand side, confidence meter. You'll get 4 bars there too. That shows you how strong the signal is basically compared to the ID here, okay? So pretty good. Got a battery symbol right here. Once those 3 bars go blank and it starts to blink, you're looking at about 10 to 15 minutes left of usage. Your volume will decrease and you will definitely know, okay, it's ready to turn off here any minute now, all right? So we have program 1 and 2 right here. So let's hit menu and that lights up. You see it turn black there. So I'll hit plus and it goes to program 2, which is all metal mode, factory. You can make it however you want. You can change it to disc, whatever you like. But right away, it starts in program 1, which is disc mode. Program 2 right here is AT, or all metal mode, all right? So I hit minus, and we're back to program 1 right here, okay, which is disc mode. So let's go ahead and run through these 6 options here. What do we have? We have disc level, we have speed, sensitivity, threshold, number of tones, and notch on the bottom there. So let's hit menu, and it takes us to program 1. So we hit it one more time, and there we are at our disc level. Starts at 15. Well, what happens if we go minus all the way? Take it down to 0. Boy, listen to that. So I am indoors. One more press is it minus, and it goes to AT, which is all metal. So that 0 meant 0 discrimination. You're still in disc mode where you can notch everything out and do what you like. However, now we're at AT, we are in all metal mode. You cannot notch anything. Iron is back in. It will pick up all metals all in one tone. Okay, so let's hit plus again. So listen to that. Now let's hit plus one more time. Look at disc 1, how quiet it gets, okay? Now it notches out iron still at disc 1 because it's showing you, okay, you're in this category. You'll still get a target that says 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just because that's out. It correlates with the number that you disc to, okay? So, but right away at disc 1, notice how quiet it gets compared to disc 0 indoors. Like I said, I got Wi-Fi, computers going, lights are on, all that good stuff, refrigerators running, everything. But at disc 0, it really opens up the detector. It's super hot. If you can run it that way at a park or a relic site, you know, away from wires, away from the city life, run it that way. You will get extra depth. It is super hot and just a great detector at it's a great detector at any discrimination, but you can hear it right there, the way it just really starts to chatter. Now that doesn't always mean that it's a hot detector just because it picks up interference, but at this one on disc 0, when you change a detector to disc 0, like the T2 or the F75 or this Patriot, and it starts to do that, it means you have a very, very hot detector on your hands, all right? So let's go ahead and raise the disc back to 15 stock. It'll go clear up to 65. Let's go ahead. Watch what happens when we hit plus disc. See how it's crossing those out, those categories along the top? Well, that means those will no longer show up when I pass my coil over those objects. So if I have foil, iron, a nickel, or a pull tab underneath there, theoretically it should not make a beep, right? Right. Let's go ahead and bump it back down to 15 factory. So what happens if I hit menu again? Well, now we're down into speed. So we have DE for default. I hit plus, and now I'm SL, which stands for slow. So you want to sweep your coil a little slower in this mode. You will have an extra inch or two of depth. Why? Because this is the original boost process right here, guys. Okay, a little backstory here. I think everybody knows by now the Patriot is based off the F70, right? Tried and proven detector. For $399, this Patriot is a bonkers steal. I mean, Teknetics is like giving this thing away for 400 bucks, basically. So what happened? The F75 and the T2 came first, right? Very well-known detectors, 5-star detectors, both of them. The F75 and T2 came out, then along came the F70 with this speed option for DE for default, SL for slow. Well, the SL here is your boost process, okay? After this was brought out, the F70, you know, which they're redoing here as the Patriot, it then came the F75 and T2 LTD with the boost. So you guys want a detector basically that has boost in it right now for 400 bucks. Here you go, 400 bucks with the code, 450 without. Here's the Patriot right here. It's crazy, guys, the price that they lowered this to. So for $399, here's a detector with boost process, just like the F75 LTD and the T2 LTD, all right? It's just crazy what Teknetics is doing here, all right? So that's your speed option. Default, super fast recovery speed, swing that coil real nice and fast. SL, you need to slow it down a little bit more, but you will go a good 2 inches deeper on a target, all right? So it's pretty neat stuff, a good inch or two deeper. So let's hit menu again, and we are at sensitivity. So it starts off at 60, we can go clear down to 1 and clear up to 99. So we're indoors. Let's see what it does on sensitivity indoors at disc 15. Look at that. We'll clear up into the 99. And it's barely a little pop here and there. Wi-Fi, computers going, so pretty stable, pretty darn stable. Only at disc 0 does it really open up that EMI interference and really let it in, right? So let's go back to 60 here, default. There we go. Yep. There we go. All right, so let's hit menu one more time. And sensitivity works in either disc or all metal mode, okay, something to note. So here is threshold right here. Now in all metal mode, this is a hum, okay? The threshold is that mosquito buzz, that hum, that bzzz that you hear, okay? What happens in disc mode that we're in, threshold is actually a sensitivity filter, a size filter of sorts. So if you go clear down to -9, you're not going to be picking up small bits of foil, trash, BBs, small little bits of stuff that the lawnmowers run over, right? Now if we raise it up, you're going to start hitting not only more depth on a coin size object, but you're going to start hitting bigger objects or smaller objects as well. So an earring backing, a small piece of micro jewelry, you'll start picking those up as your threshold increases. So threshold in disc mode is kind of like a size filter, and it also helps with depth. And it will go clear up to +9, but listen what happens indoors. So it starts really getting a little chattery. So default is -3. And it is quite deep still. I mean, I'll show you in the air testing in the next video, guys. Keep an eye out for the next video here in 24 hours or so, where I go through the coin testing, the nail testing, air testing, and all that good stuff. And we'll go through the tones, and I'll really play with this threshold. That's probably going to be a good 20-minute, 30-minute video, because there's a lot of talk between the threshold and the sensitivity and the disc level when you're in discrimination mode, okay? There's a lot of play here on this detector, a lot of nuances that I'm gonna try to go over, okay? So that's your threshold. Now, let's go back to all metal mode here by program 2. What happens when I go back to threshold? You hear that little whoop, 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 whoop. If I raise it up, it's basically making your threshold louder or quieter. Like I said, I'm indoors right now, so it's kind of pulsing with my Wi-Fi and stuff like that. I think you guys know what a threshold is in all metal mode. It's basically going to be that mosquito buzz. Okay, you know that that mosquito hum. That if you raise it positive, it's going to increase it. If it's negative, it's going to decrease it. I can't really show it off indoors with all the Wi-Fi stuff, and it's bad weather today, unfortunately, raining outside. So menu, let's go ahead and run through the menu one more time, and we are now at numbers of tones. So let's go ahead and lower it all the way down to 1. So 1 means one tone for everything. You have one tone for iron, foiled, nickel, dime, all that. You just get one nice flat medium tone. Hit plus. Now we're at 1F. That F means it's modulated audio now, like a VCO tone. So if you have a target that is larger or closer to even a coin size, a small object closer to the surface, it's going to give you a real nice loud audio response. If it's a deeper target, so a shallow, large target, loud audio response. A smaller target or a deeper target, you're going to get less of an audio response. So it's modulated audio comparable to the size of the target and the depth of the target. So it's really neat. It's something that you'll need to learn to listen for, but that's usually the mode I run. Almost all my detectors is modulated audio. On my T2, on this, it's almost always the VCO option. All right, so press it again. Oh, we skipped over. So 2F. Now we have 2 tones. We got a low tone for iron, and then we have 2 modulated tones, basically, or a modulated tone for everything else. All right, read your manual. Not 100% on some of the tone options here as far as where they spread across the band, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Low tone for iron. Everything else is going to be that modulated audio there. So 3H. Low tone for iron. Mid tone for your gold range from foil all the way up to zinc penny. That's where your gold objects are going to lie for all you ring hunters or jewelry hunters. And then high tone for dime, quarter, 50 cent. For your silver objects or your clad coins, you get a high tone. So that's 3 tone or 3H. Now, that's 3 tones. Sorry, man, I keep skipping past it. So 3H. So the H means it designates another high tone for the nickel range. Okay, so it's going to be low, mid tone for gold, high tone up here, and then a high tone for your nickel range as well. And then 3 tone is going to take away that high tone and just make it low, medium, high tone for your silvers, okay? So we go up again, 4H. Now this is going to add a high tone to nickel and a high tone to zinc. Why do you want a high tone to zinc? Well, because those deep zinc penny signals are usually Indian head pennies, right? Right, so we definitely want to hit those Indian head pennies. We hit plus again, and now we're at 4 tones. So basically a low tone, it'll do, I want to say VCO for 5 cent, mid tone, everything else, high tone up there. I'm not positive on that. Check your manual. This thing has a lot of tone options on it. So we hit it plus again. DP, that stands for delta pitch. 0 or 1 to 99 on your target ID. will give a tone to each ID. So it's literally like a piano. It'll go boom, 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 way high for each of the 0 to 99. So 99 sounds different from 98, which sounds just a tone off from 97, and just a tone off from 96. So it's really neat. No, I'm not going to make that sound effect ever again. But 0 to 90 or 1 to 99, so you get 98 pitches or 99 pitches. Basically one for each of the IDs here. So it's pretty neat. Iron's a low tone, and as you go up the scale, it raises in pitch till you get a real high pitch beat up there at 99. So we hit menu again, and now we're at our notch. So watch what happens up top here when I hit plus or minus. So you see that notch, that category going over there. So watch what happens when I hit right here on zinc. Let's go up to zinc. I'm going to hit menu. And look, now I have a notch on zinc. So now I'm not detecting iron or zinc, but I'm detecting all this. Well, I don't want to detect all that other stuff either, so let's back it up. So now you see I got a cross on that, on tab there. So I hit menu again, and now tabs aren't going to show up for me. It's going to notch out the whole range, the 15 wide, 10 wide ID gap. It's going to notch out that whole category. So if I want to bring it back in, I just hit plus, and you see the X goes away, and I hit menu, and there it's notched back in. So if you have a cross across it there, it's not going to be picked up by the detector. If it's in, you have it so it will be picked up. So if I discriminate all the way up, so all these are crossed out, I can use my notch to just put 5 cents in and make it the ultimate coin shooter. 5 cents is in, silver range you can never notch out, dime, quarter, 50 cents, and you're good to go. So that's pretty much the menu, guys, how to work everything. Hertz right here, we'll cycle through F1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So F1 to F7, you just press that, and it's cycling through frequency shift. So if you're getting chatter from EMI or another Patriot is nearby, you guys can both run off a different frequency and you're good to go. GG is your ground grab. So you just press that, you pump your coil 1 to 6 inches off the ground in a clean spot, and then you're ground balanced, ready to hunt. We have our pinpoint button right here. See if we can pinpoint something in the floor here. There we go. So we're at 7 inches. Watch as I lower it. There it is right there. So that's how your pinpoint works basically. Once it says 1 and you're real high pitch, you're right over the target. Well, there it is, guys. Quite the detector. $449 without my code, tekneticsdirect.com, but you don't want to do that. You want to use my code and get it for $399, free shipping, 5-year warranty. The Teknetics Patriot, guys, factory direct from Teknetics to your front door. Make sure you're using that code for $399. There it is, the menu review. Check it out in about 24 hours. I will have some coin testing, some air testing, and some nail testing on the ground there. I hope you enjoyed the video. The Hunter GT signing off. I will see you on the next video.